Hello everybody and welcome to today's stream. So, more Batman Arkham Asylum and more Riddler trophies. Not done with them yet. Like, who made the decision these were a smart idea? They're not even that fun. There we go. As you can see, I'm at the stage in which I have to do Arkham Manor. Alright. So, yeah. 3 in this room and then I'm just gonna sprawl out. 3 in there, 3 in this room. This will be the first one. 1 in there. Don't have to go beyond that point. 1 there, 3 in there. That's the records room. And then that should be done. I am really glad with one thing though. I can walk here again. I thought I had to look at the statue, but... Nope. Did that one.
So Joker's having himself a firework party. Do me a favor. When you find him, stick a rocket up his ass and light it.
I have to admit. That would solve issues. I like that, Eddie. Just shove a rocket up his ass. Also, I just realized something. This game doesn't really have music.
Patient in a
Can you defeat a mind such as mine?
Oh, that's the transfer room. So it's either... I don't think it's teeth. So there's either straight in front of me either a Arkham Chronicle, an interview tape, or a trophy. Thank goodness there's no of those annoying riddle BS ones. I'm not just wondering where it is, but also what it is. It's probably another trophy. Hello, grapple latch. No, it's not. It's actually a chronicle.
I am the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. Even though Amadeus had long since passed, his spirit lived on, surviving, moving through the walls of his asylum. When it chose me, I felt proud. I was honored to continue his work, to cleanse the...
I'll just go over those myself later. There's nothing in this one I can move through it and just go. Worst case scenario, I have to get rid of some teeth. That's something, definitely. Oh, there's the other one. No, that's just the third thing, which is either another chronicle or I think it might be a tape. Which is...
God, I can't believe Dr. Young is dead too.
I can. She double-crossed the Joker. Which, let's face it, pissing off Joker usually isn't the best thing to do if you wanna live a long and prosperous life.
Patient interview.
That was everything here? Yeah. Main hall to the right. Upper right, I think. Yeah. Like, these levels are great. Like, I do have to admit one thing though. Even though this takes place on like one island, they do keep the environments a bit nice and fresh. And even now, like, it's cleared, it's been a night. Which I really kinda like. It's like clear it's been like a proper night. I wonder where the thing would be. Also, has Redley been going around like re-breaking walls? Second incline to the left. Hello, breakable wall.
Today,
I thought there was gonna be a trophy there, but no. Records room has got 3 things. Like, first time you get here, you don't really have, like, peace and quiet to, like, sweep the entire place.
No challenge is too great for me.
Nigma, shut up. Oh, I should have. Didn't know there was a floor like that.
Hey, someone help Bat Baby up off the floor.
I like how it says mission failed. I don't have a mission anymore. I'm just clearing the rest. Oh well.
Can you defeat a mind such as mine?
Working on it, Nigma. Working on it.
That one was impossible to solve. How did you do it?
I now need to find a way into that other room. Yeah, that's the only one, and then I still need to find some of those stupid teeth. Problem is, I don't know how many of those are missing, actually. Entry to that room. Will that crate provide an answer? That's like one thing detective vision is great for. It like shows you which things you can and cannot break. All there's left for me to do is do a massive sweep of the entire damn thing for the last couple of teeth. did I do this one again? I completely forgot how to do this one. Over there. That was it. Okay, that's not it. This is annoying because I just don't, because the game doesn't tell you like how many teeth you're missing. It just says find 20 teeth. But the game kinda doesn't mention how many of those 20 you've already found. So I can easily be looking for a little while for those damn teeth. Would have been nice if they put the teeth on the map, but also I don't think you're supposed to be missing teeth at this point still. Oh, there we have Dr. Young. Can we all agree that Warden Sharp has got issues as well? Because a lot of this was made worse by the fact that that he wants to run for mayor. Like, he became warden of Arkham Asylum just as like a springboard to become mayor. So can we all agree that like Warden Quincy Sharp's got some issues for himself as well? Also, one thing I need to do. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. One thing I am noticing now is they never really used music in this game. They just... There's a lot of ambience, but that's about it. No music. We have like... There's like a lot of things, it's just... No music. I do think it adds a bit to the atmosphere. But it does make the times that there is music all the more satisfying that there is. I still haven't found other teeth. I might just be missing a single one or something stupid. Yeah. I'm missing 3 of those. Wow. Three. Where the F are those? How can I miss 3 of the nuisances?
It's locked. I need to find another way down.
Oh, this is really pissing me off. Like, in all seriousness. Don't tell me I'm gonna have to end up spending more. I'm gonna end up spending more money, like trying to find like all the teeth and the Joker and the Riddler trophies, than I'm gonna like completing the main campaign. Let's go and Google. I mean, no point in spending all eternity on getting stuck on this one. Joker Deep Mansion. Oh, that's nasty. Warden's office area, then backtrap, keep an eye on the ceiling. Oh, those are just Warden's office area. Those are just nasty looking. Like, come to think of it. I'm pretty damn certain I've had to look up these before. Like, now I'm reading the description about the location again. Like, it's ringing a bell. Now I'm like rereading where they are. It's like, it rings a bell. And it's clear I'm also not the only one that got stuck in this one. It's up there. And I'm still missing one. That's over there. Good.
What? You destroyed them all? But that's impossible!
That one sucked. Yeah, I see how people get stuck on that one. Jeez. That one's just mean. Anyway, Arkham Mansion done. I'm still missing one Chronicle. And I'm really not looking forward to doing some of these. Because I know I'll have to go back into the sewer system, which I hate that zone. It's the worst.
Puzzling, isn't it?
Please tell me there's another location that isn't the caves that I still have to do. Yep, I need to go to the caves. It's just the caves left. I've been dreading that one. I can easily be stuck on that one for the longest. How do I even get back into the cave? Oh, the cave system. There it is. The least shit option, I believe, is via intensive treatment. Which is, yeah, intensive treatment it is. It's not ideal, but it's like the least shit. It's like the least shit option. It's not ideal, it's just... It's the least horrible one. Like, they could have done without the cave system. Arkham East, Arkham North. Nope, those are the wrong directions. What was it? That was a neat glide. I still just love the fact that I can just jump down and like, you'll be fine. Yep, found it. Please tell me I can actually open this door. Okay, first one off here and then to the right. Crap. Please tell me it at least counts. Oh, it does land me on this side. I am truly... Wait, what? Oh, come on. There's one over there still. Thought I had it. Yep, there's one trophy in the Batcave. Let's do the Batcave one really fast. At least I'm hoping the said Batcave is still accessible via this way.
Scan and open.
Is this the exit? Yeah. Do I have to do all that gliding and then it kinda just plunks me back? Hopefully in the sewer system. Or was this one of those I just couldn't access yet? Straight ahead. Yep, must be that one. I mean, there's also a reasonable chance I just couldn't access this specific one yet. Should have used a line launcher, I think. Good thing you're Batman and you've got an escape plan. Yeah, I should probably use the launcher for that one. That one's nicely out of the way. This should put me back into the sewers. Yeah, this will put me back into the sewers and then I can do all of that. I'm first gonna do that one over there because that's most likely gonna be the interview tape. I hate this. I hate this area. It has no redeeming qualities. It's a maze and not a fun one, or a good one at that.
Can you defeat a mind such as mine?
Yeah, I do have the full series of like the Batman Arkham games. And they are pretty damn fun until you start looking for the Riddler trophies. At that point they start sucking. Like, I'm willing to be really honest about that. I love the games until I go for the Riddler trophies. Then I really start hating them. But yeah. I do like my Batman games on occasion. I have Origins, Asylum, City and Night. And then when it comes down to like Asylum, City and Night, I've got like the full-fledged like all games included and DLC bundle. I believe I needed this door. Yeah, that one. I mean, I play a wide variety of games. I also enjoy a wide variety of them, and how blind was I on the first time coming through here? Oh jeez. All I've got to do now is this area. Well, good thing there's still an hour left on stream. I might genuinely need it.
Hi, diddle diddle.
Oh, shut up, Riddler. I have like 4 things left to do before you lose.
I'm losing patience. You're cheating. You must be.
Unfortunately, I'm a sucker for completion. Okay, I still have 1 trophy and like that stupid question mark thing to do. To be honest, I have a soft spot for the Mad Hatter. But I have a soft spot for everything Alice in Wonderland related, so shouldn't be too surprising. But I have to say, like, Batman does have like a nice and like varied like like amount of people to take down. Also, this might come as a surprise, but I have watched like the full animated series from like the 90s. And I'm relatively up to date with the movies. I'm just behind on like a lot of the animated stuff. Wouldn't necessarily say that I'm like a massive Batman fan or like a fanatic, but it is a piece of media I like come back to that I do on a regular enough basis that I do really seem to enjoy. Which should be enough, actually. I mean, I'm not a die-hard Batman fan, but I find it enjoyable enough. I find myself coming back to like the series and the games. Also, these games play fantastic. And yeah, when it comes down to villains, I've got a soft spot for the Mad Hatter, but as I said, I've got a soft spot for everything Alice in Wonderland related. I also have a soft spot for Dr. Freeze. But that's partially because I struggle to consider Freeze as a full-fledged villain. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's done some horrible things, but the thing with Freeze is basically if you leave him be, if you leave him and his wife be, he's not gonna bother you either. The only times that like Freeze seems to actually like do things or lash out at people is like when they don't leave him and Nora be, which I think that Freeze can have like a reasonably valid point for like self-defense. Also, where... Question marks up there. I still am looking for one trophy. No, I'm not looking for a trophy. I'm looking for... no, I am looking for a trophy. I thought I still had like a stronger left. So, Mr. Freeze is fun, but that's... I don't consider him necessarily to be a villain. Which, not everybody does. How am I supposed to do that one? Oh, line it up with the thing there, I think. I do also like the fact that these games, like... They touch upon some of the more obscure villains that Batman has. I mean... That's like something I find like really enjoyable, is the fact that these games do touch upon some of the more obscure villains. Also, where's the dot that goes with that question mark? No, it's one of those, isn't it? I mean, it is a very fun franchise, but because of the large amount of media that there is nowadays of it, it's such a nightmare to get into. Like, where do you start if you want to start off with Batman? Like, where do you start nowadays? I mean, can't start with the original comics, because good luck getting your hands on those. But that's for him with the movies, that like at this point, like starting out with the movies has become difficult because, let's face it, which one of the movies do you start out with? Do you start out with like the 60s? Do you start out with do you start out with like the 60s? Do you start out with the animated movies? Or like it's a bit of, that's like one thing I nowadays have with like a lot of things from both Marvel and both DC and Marvel are guilty at it. It's like, it's nowadays so complicated to start with. Because there's just so much of it. It just makes it difficult. And a very daunting prospect. And for people that want to get into it, very expensive as well. Because where I live, like, a comic book can like set you back easy like 25 euros. So it's like difficult to get into because there's just so much of it. Also, it's up there. Good to know. Because there's like so much of it, so it's difficult to start out with. And then beyond that point, it's like insanely expensive to like get into. Because as I said, like a comic book over here can like set you back for 25. Which I can imagine not everybody's willing to spend if they don't even know they're gonna like it. But one thing though, I'm done.
What? You did it? You must have cheated. There is no way you could have beaten me. Well, you asked for it, Batman. My final challenge to Gotham is just seconds away. What? Sirens. The police. You cheated, Batman. You couldn't have outsmarted me. Police, open up! No. They should open the door now! No! Down on the ground! Down on the ground! No! Tell me, how did you work out where I was? Do you hear me? I, Edward Nigma, will...
That was kinda satisfying to hear. After being a major pain in my ass for that long in the game, because everybody knows the Riddler trophies are a pain in the ass, that concludes Edward Nigma. This also now means I should have absolutely everything. Which now means I'm gonna go over the entire damn character bios. We're gonna read out everything, listen to all interview tapes, listen to all of the Arkham Chronicles. And by that point, I should be done with the stream. By that point, I should be near the 1 hour 45 minutes, 2 hour mark. So, yeah, I think I've got enough water for that. So let's start off with Batman. Also, which button is X? Yeah, is it clear I'm not like the most familiar with Xbox? This might be a me problem, but please tell me that anybody else that has like multiple consoles from like different companies, please tell me I'm not the only person that gets confused with the buttons, because I've got Nintendo, I've got PlayStation, I've got Xbox. And before anybody wonders if I'm rich, no, I'm not. Most of my consoles are either insanely old and bought on sale, or secondhand. I mean, Switch Lite was secondhand. PlayStation 3, I bought when like the PlayStation 4 was already out, so it was like with a major discount. The Xbox One, I got like insanely lucky and got it like really cheap at a flea market with games and a controller and like everything. GameCube, that's one's from my childhood. But anyway, let's start off with Batman. I need to press X for the next page. The story. When his parents were gunned down in front of him, young Bruce Wayne resolved to rid Gotham City of the criminal element that took their lives. He trained extensively to achieve mental and physical perfection. In addition to mastering martial arts, yeah, they are really cool. Hence the reason I'm gonna go over those. It like gives a nice bit of insight, yet at the same time it gives you utterly nothing. Because the Joker like pretends to have a different mental disorder on each tape, so he gets like 5 diagnoses. Okay. Mastering martial arts, detective techniques, and criminal psychology. Dressing as a bat to prey on criminals' fears, Batman fights crime with the aid of specialized gadgets and vehicles operating out of a secret Batcave below Wayne Manor. And as we now discovered, the Batcave on Arkham Island. Facts. Real name, Bruce Wayne. Occupation, CEO philanthropist. Base of operations, Gotham City. Eyes, blue, hair, black, height. No clue how much that is. Same goes for weight. Also, I'm from Europe, so I have no idea what kind of units those are in. First appearance, Detective Comics 27 from... Jeez. 39. Batman's old. Attributes. Trained to physical and mental peak. Arsenal of gadgets, vehicles, and advanced technology. Invented detective genius level intelligence. Weren't not most of Bruce's things made by Lucius Fox? I remember something like that. I know for certain the Batmobile has been. That one has been made by Lucius. Expert in most forms of martial arts. Fine. Trained in all aspects of criminology. That one's a bit difficult. I mean, criminology is a broad, very broad subject. Mastery of the physical scientist, computer expert, master of disguise, photographic memory, trained in stealth and espionage techniques, and an expert escape artist. Well. Bruce Wayne. Born into the wealthy Wayne family, Bruce Wayne had an idyllic childhood, although he was given a strong sense of justice by his moralistic and philanthropic parents, Thomas and Martha. After the violent murder at the hands of a mugger, Bruce dedicated his life to battling the criminal element that took their lives. He left Gotham for many years to train his mental and physical abilities across the globe, finally returning to take up the mantle of the Dark Knight. Yeah, I believe that one was, that's like shown in like Batman Begins, the movie. Still got that one laying about somewhere. Real name, Bruce Wayne. Occupation, CEO, philanthropist. Yeah, that's the same as Batman. I believe this one is also the same as Batman's. Okay, next one. Thomas and Martha Wayne. Thomas Wayne was a gifted surgeon and heir to the Wayne fortune, dedicated to philanthropy as much as medicine. He and his wife Martha were well known and respected in Gotham. Martha Wayne shared her husband Thomas's charitable nature and was dedicated to her son Bruce's upbringing. She was well regarded in Gotham City's social circles and helped host lavish charity balls at the Wayne Manor. Their tragic murder at the hands of a desperate burglar, Joe Chill, in Gotham's crime alley shook the city to its core and led to years of urban blight. It also inspired their son Bruce to eventually become the Batman. I also forget it's not Batman, but the Batman officially. Oh, yeah. I do think it's sad that like Martha seems to have no other depth than she was Bruce's mom. Like, did she not have like a career or like goals or anything like that? Like, it's a bit of a shame. I've got a feeling she could have been a bit more. But I've got like that feeling anyway, and like most females in media is like, they don't seem to have any aspirations or goals beyond becoming a mother, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, Alfred Pennyworth. I still love this guy. Alfred Pennyworth, after a varied career, was employed as the Wayne family's butler when Bruce Wayne's parents were killed. Alfred raised the young orphan and reluctantly aided him in his quest to become the Batman. His many skills ranging from cooking to medicine make him Batman's stone chest ally, along with a formal demeanor that grounds the Dark Knight and deflect those who might otherwise suspect Bruce Wayne's true identity. Stone chest? Let's Google Translate. Good thing I'm reading these, because it seems as if I'm gonna... I don't need to. That's supposed to... chest down. That's not the word I would have put there. Like, apparently a other word would be loyal. Should remember that one next time I need to use the word loyal. I can yeah, it can also be read as Batman's most loyal ally. Okay, good to know. And that's why we have Google Translate. Not to be lazy, but to just on occasion learn words. It's perfectly fine. Facts. Real name, Alfred Pennyworth. Occupation, valet. No, he's a butler. A butler is a... Okay, this is where I'm gonna get a bit pissed, but... Butler is a official occupation for which you have to study. One of the few butler schools in the world is actually in the Netherlands. I believe it's like 6 months of training to become a butler. It's actually insanely difficult. Mostly because if you become a butler, quite often it means partial management, or if not full management, of the estate where you're going to be occupied at is yours. Which isn't just like the day-to-day runnings, it's also like finances, hosting stuff, like planning shit. It's a massive responsibility, and not everybody's fit for it, and you just have to be polite and proper the entire time. But yeah, it's... And like, that school has like an insane dropout ratio, mostly because of the insanely high demands and the fact that not everybody's actually fit to become a butler. Also, fun fact, you can become a butler if you're a female as well. A lot of people don't know this because butler is most of the time associated with like a male occupation, but they take women and they are held to the same extremely high standards. And believe it or not, female butlers are actually really sought after. So, yeah, butlers, they're like an occupation in itself. And surprisingly enough, there's a shortage of them. So, if you feel like moving to the Netherlands, because I do believe that school has a boarding option, and why not give it a go? Like, give it a go. But yeah, attributes. Skilled actor, trained in emergency medical techniques, proficiency with mechanical and computer systems, expert in domestic sciences, unflappable manner. Unlike Batman, Alfred is willing to wield firearms in times of crisis. Yeah, Alfred has flat out point blank shot people in the past. Like, Alfred's badass. Like, Alfred, unlike Batman, has no issues getting a gun and just shooting you straight in the face. Come to think of it, Alfred's scary. Oracle. The daughter of Gotham City's police commissioner James W. Gordon. I want to say we Gordon, but no, it's English. I have to be in English, it's a W. Barbara Gordon was forbidden by her overprotective father from joining the GCPD. Yeah, that backfired. Instead, she took on the identity of Batgirl and was a crime-fighting partner of Batman for years. But all that ended when the Joker shot her through the spine. Paralyzed from the waist down and confined to a wheelchair, Barbara opted the new identity of Oracle, and now aids the Dark Knight with her computer expertise, providing Batman with a constant stream of information in the field to aid aid his battle against crime. Yeah, so if you want to know what happened to her, I believe that happened in The Killing Joke. You can either settle for the comic if you can get your hands on it, but I believe it's extremely expensive. Otherwise, there's an animated short movie about it. It's like too long to be a regular episode and too short to be a proper movie, but look it up. The comic is more brutal than the animated movie because, well, in animation you can't get away with the same shit, but look that one up. It's The Killing Joke. Like, even if you've never read Batman, chances are you've seen like the opening page of The Killing Joke. Like, real name Barbara Gordon. Occupation information broker. Gotham City, blue, red. These are like all American measurements, are they? I have to admit, I only know metric. Tactic memory, almost total recall of everything she sees and reads. Extensive headquarters in Gotham City's clock tower filled with information archives. High-level hacking and computing skills. Okay, I shouldn't have closed Google Translate. Now they're just flexing on us, because in the case of Bruce, he just said he had a photographic memory. This is apparently the same thing. A photographic memory. Okay, good to know. I'll just leave Google Translate open on the side. I might need it more often. Joker! Oh. Not to think of it. This is not simplified English. Like, they made the decision that this game was gonna be rated for adults and made sure you needed adult vocabulary for it. I kinda like it. A lot of games nowadays feel a bit dumbed down. But anyway, the Joker. An insanely homicidal supervillain, the Joker's white skin, green hair, and blood red lips belie the chaotic nature underlying his cartoonish appearance. The self-styled clown prince of crime has no superpowers beyond the capacity for incredible violence and his skill at creating deadly mayhem. He frequently concocts elaborate schemes to entrap his arch-nemesis, Batman. Yeah, it's like often theorized that like, if Batman were to just be like, alright, that's it, I quit, that like Joker would just crumble mentally. I believe that also happened in one of the comics, like, the Joker ends up on antidepressants working for the DMV or something like that. I know, like, he's basically nothing without Batman, and like both of them know it. Oh yeah, and we have like no information on him. Attributes. Unrepentant homicidal maniac, albeit without precise psychological diagnosis. Yeah, concerning that, I am a fan of the theory that the Joker isn't actually crazy and that he knows fully damn well what he's doing. I mean, as we see later with the patient interviews, like, he pretends to have multiple mental disorders in order to fool psychiatrists, which means that he is at least sane enough to read up on mental disorders, comprehend them, understand what they are and how they manifest themselves, and then pretend to have said mental disorder. Which I believe make the fact that he can pretend to have different mental disorders without actually having them, with the intent of just messing with the psychiatrists. I believe that where I live, that already means you do not qualify for the insanity plea, simply because that shows you know what you're doing. I mean, there is a pretty damn big difference between having an actual mental disorder and acting like you've got one. Okay, so Surprisingly strong hand-to-hand combat? Yes. He is surprisingly strong. His past is unknown, conflicting unconfirmed reports state that he was a failed comedian, a petty thief, and a broken family man. I believe every single one of these has been a backstory. Employs various deadly weapons, often based on party gag items, yes. Frequently uses a toxin that stretches victim's face into a Joker-like grin and causes death. Yeah, it's not shown in this one, but I believe in like Arkham Origins, it's like full on display what it does. Now we get the patient interviews.
Take patient interview. Subject has no recorded name. Alias listed as the Joker. In the room is Warden Sharp and myself, Dr. Young.
Oh, is this another one of those boring psych evaluation tests?
No, it's not. So, you're the famous Joker.
In the flesh. So, Doc, do you want me to look at the ink blots again? The first one is a kitten I had when I was a child. The second is, let's see, a dead elephant. The third is a...
Funny. Now let's skip the jokes.
Skip the jokes? Hey, Sharpie, didn't she get my permanent record? Be quiet, clown.
Every doctor that has ever interviewed you claims a different type of psychosis. Everything from multiple personality disorders to, well, the list is endless.
I do my best.
Well, I don't believe it. Anything can be cured given the correct treatment.
And you think you can cure me?
Oh, I know I can.
Yeah, that's one thing. I don't think the Joker can be cured simply because there is nothing wrong with him. If there's nothing wrong with somebody and they just do let's say he would do those things deliberately and knowingly, then you can't cure him. In that case, it's a personal choice. And in that scenario, I don't think that somebody that would do those things, like, as a personal choice, would be curable or correctable. It's like a massive downside.
Take patient interview 17. Joker remains uncooperative. My earlier diagnosis remains true. I believe he enjoys his persona too much.
What's up, Doc?
Today I thought we'd try something different.
Oh, you make me blush, Doc. I have a girlfriend.
Dr. Quinzel, I know. I've seen the tapes. I saw what happened.
What can I say? I'm a charmer.
Anyway, I thought it would be good to talk about your childhood.
Oh, ever heard of romance, Doc? I don't give up the goods for free. You'll have to try harder.
What are you hiding?
Didn't you hear me? You scratch my back, Doc, and, well, I won't have you wrapped in plastic and left in a gutter.
Take patient interview 20. Joker is more interesting than I originally believed. When Project Titan is operational, I believe Joker will be the perfect test subject. Good afternoon. Today I thought I'd skip back to our previous conversations about your family.
Of course. I was born in a small fishing village. I always wanted to join the circus, but my father wouldn't really let me.
I don't believe you.
My father was a cop. 1 week from retirement when the mob...
I've seen the movie. What are you scared of?
Scared?
Yes, scared. There's obviously something. Something that made you what you are.
What if I'm too scared to remember? It hurts too much.
Then I can help
Ah,
you.
poor Dr. Young. Never stood a chance.
These are the private notes of Dr. Young. Titan is a success. Even my funding worries have been solved after the unexpected donations from Mr. White. Joker has also shown a remarkable interest in the possibility of a cure. Once the protein bonding process is finalized, I will...
Dr. Young, you ready?
Oh, yes, come in.
You'll hurt my feelings, Doc, keeping me waiting like that.
Sit down. You can leave us.
You sure?
We're fine. Aren't we, Joker?
Oh, yes.
Well, if you insist. I'm just outside, okay?
So is he here? Did your patient X arrive?
Yes, I must say progressing more rapidly than I expected. But enough of that. Let's talk about you.
No. Let's talk more about your Titan project.
My what? How do you...
How do I know you have Bane strapped to a table in the basement while you pump him dry? Would you believe a lucky guess?
With the knowledge we have now, that's a very eerie conversation.
I've been a fool. Joker was behind it all. He's Jack White. He gave me the money, pulled the strings to release Bane. How could I not have seen it? He's been blackmailing me. He has a crazy plan to create an army of monsters. I want out, but... Hello? Hello? Dr. Young's office.
Please hold for Mr. White.
What?
Hello, Doc. We need to talk.
I'm not doing it, Joker. Do you hear me? Wait. How did you get access to a phone?
Oh, yes. Sorry, Doc. Had to split. I hate small, confined spaces. Reminds me of my childhood.
Another lie?
Who knows? I certainly don't, but let's not get distracted with details. So, anyway, I want my monsters.
I sent you back the money. I don't want it.
Do I look like I care about money? I just want my monsters, Doc. And if you don't give them to me, well then, it won't be funny.
Yep. Don't strike a deal with Joker. Moral of the story, do not strike a deal with Joker. Like, you're not gonna survive it. Oh yeah, this dickhead. I don't like Quincy Sharp. Quincy Sharp has been running Arkham Asylum for the past 3 years and has dedicated his life to restoring to sanity the so-called supervillains that plague Gotham City. He is currently campaigning to become the next mayor of Gotham. To facilitate his campaign, he has instigated stringent new security and experimental research policies at Arkham. Yeah, he's a cockhead. He basically uses his position at Arkham to further his own career. He doesn't care about the patients, he doesn't care about the staff. The only reason why he cared about the Joker escaping was because it would affect his chances of becoming mayor. He doesn't care. Which... Is this game from 2009? First appearance, Batman Arkham Asylum, 2009. I forget, like, these games created certain characters. Like, are the games that old? I mean, I know I've got them for the PlayStation 3. This is like the Xbox One re-release with like all DLC and like a bit of graphical polish. And like a bit of additional polish, but... 2009? I'm feeling old out of the sudden. Come to think about it. I was like 19 when I got these. Yeah, high time I'm gonna finish these games. I mean, they've been in my possession for like over 8 years at this point. Okay, attributes. Intense dedication to cleaning up Arkham. Pompous and old-fashioned in demeanor with a focus on his own political aspirations. Contempt for Arkham inmates and a disinterest in the specifics of the treatment masks a cowardly nature. No, he's a cockhead. That's a much better summary of Quincy Sharp. Like, for some reason, out of like all the characters on this list, I believe Quincy Sharp is the one I dislike most. Like, I don't think Quincy Sharp has a single redeeming quality. He is a coward that only cares about himself. I don't think Quincy Sharp has ever done anything for anybody unless it put himself in a better position at the same time. So I genuinely dislike the guy for that. Anyway, I have to hurry it up. I only have like 15 minutes left. Police Commissioner James W. Gordon dedicated his career to cleaning up the corruption in the Gotham City Police Department. A goal he has come a long way towards accomplishing. He's been equally tough on crime and in pursuit of making Gotham City safe for all its citizens. Gordon has forged an uneasy alliance with Gotham's other top crime fighter, the mysterious vigilante known as Batman. Yeah. Experienced police officer, trained criminologist, proficient in hand-to-hand techniques, and expert marksman. Aaron Cash. One of the most senior and respected guards at Arkham, Cash is only afraid of one inmate, Killer Croc, who severely wounded Cash once during a riot in the asylum. Cash remains determined, however, to keep the asylum inmates under control and to conquer his fears of Croc. Is Croc the one that bit off his hand? Great physical strength, excellent reflexes, one of the most experienced guards at Arkham, lasting enmity with Killer Croc. Yeah, I believe Killer Croc bit his hand off. Which I can imagine sours any relationship. Mr. Zsasz. I know he's called Victor. Victor Zsasz. A true sociopath, Zsasz grew up in a life of ease, but not the last became a serial killer. Indiscriminate in his prey, the body count is the only thing that matters to Zsasz. He takes pleasure in arranging the corpses of his victims in lifelike poses before carving a mark for each of his victims onto his body. He's saving a special spot for Batman. Yeah. Sociopath with no regard for human life, no pattern of killing making him difficult to track, compulsive need to kill others. He's got a slightly bigger role in like the next games.
Taped patient evaluation 1. Patient name is Victor Zsasz. Diagnosed clinically insane after the murder of at least 20 women in the Gotham area. Hello, Victor. I'm Dr. Cassidy. Seeing as this is our first session, let's spend some time getting to know each other.
I don't need to know you, Miss Cassidy. Everything is meaningless.
Don't you think that's a very negative outlook on life, Victor?
You've no doubt read my file.
Yes, I have. It says you come from a wealthy family, that your parents died, how you lost all the money gambling.
And none of it matters.
Why do you keep saying that, Victor?
Because the only thing that does matter is the mark. Have you seen my work, Miss Cassidy?
If you're referring to the marks on your...
Of course I mean my tally marks. And I have a space for yours. Do you want to see where?
That's one hell of an introduction.
Taped patient evaluation 5. Victor is not responding well to treatment. Victor, yesterday we spoke about the people you killed.
Ah, the zombies.
They are all people, Victor.
They are zombies. Continuously shuffling through the daily grind, waiting for someone to liberate them.
You mean kill them? The police report states that you've murdered, or liberated if you like, 20 young women in the last 3 months. Each had her throat slit and was left posed.
They were all lucky to be chosen to receive my gift.
I doubt they would agree with you.
Really? How about you, Miss Cassidy? As you take the elevator to your apartment each night, open the 6 locks to apartment 433. Remember you forgot to buy your cat food. Again.
How do you know where
As you sit down on your favorite red chair, cat on lap, just waiting for something to happen. I can make it happen, Sarah. I am your salvation.
Patient's name is Victor Zsasz. For the record, the patient has transferred from Dr. Cassidy, who is on leave after the incident last week. Hello, Victor. Please take a seat. Guards, you can leave us.
Sorry, Doctor. Warden's orders. I can't leave you alone with him.
I understand. Hello, Victor. How are you feeling today? Victor, I can't help you if you don't speak.
Depressed. Does that help you? Can you get into my mind, Doctor?
Why depressed?
I'm just thinking about the one that got away. The one I chose. I needed the mark. I want the mark!
Victor has been more subdued recently. Response to medication has been poor. Hello, Victor. Is there anything you'd like to talk about today? Victor! This is going nowhere. Guards! Get him out of here!
You heard the doctor. Get out. Didn't you hear me?
He's got a knife! Ah! Get a trike in him! Get a trike in him! Oh, God! He's on Bill!
He's cutting him! Get him off! Get him off! We need help here!
Victor has been in isolation since the attack on Zagar last week. As I wait for him to be brought up to me, I have had time to review his notes. I am increasingly worried he cannot be cured. He has no empathy for his victims. Deep down, I believe he views all of us as potential victims.
Doc, are you okay?
What's happening?
It's Zaz. He broke out of isolation. He's gone.
Oh, God!
Don't worry, Doc. You're in the safest place. He's definitely left the island.
Of course. But someone needs to alert the authorities. He'll need to kill again. Do you understand me? Needs to. Oh, no. He's gone after Dr. Cassidy.
Hello?
Sarah, it's Gretchen. Listen to me.
For the love of... Hold on. There's someone at the door.
Sarah! Do not answer the door. Can you hear me? Do not answer the door. It's Zaz. He's free.
Yeah, if you're gonna relay a message like, just start off with that Victor Zaz has escaped. And I have to admit, like, I do think Zaz is kinda interesting. Like, in the other games, he's got like a much bigger role. Ah, yeah, Dr. Young. Penny Young was always a brilliant student who was prepared to do anything to advance professionally. She has built up a reputation for being a cold, calculating woman focused only on the project at hand. She was hired at Arkham Asylum by Warden Quincy Sharp to head up the Asylum's research department, and to finally restore to sanity the more deranged of Gotham City supervillains. Yeah, that didn't go well. Graduated from Gotham University with top honors, dedicated to the pursuit of psychiatric cure for various forms of criminal insanity, highly focused on career ambitions, and tolerant of people who get in the way of her work. Yep. Oh yeah, this one. Frank has been working at Arkham for 8 years. He has twice been suspended for drinking on the job and regularly holds poker evenings in the guard rooms. Frank is desperate to be the talked up at Arkham. He fails to recognize that he is considered untrustworthy and generally disliked. Arkham believes that he is the best guard in Arkham Asylum, uses sarcasm to cover up insecurities and failures. Violent temper has resulted in many injuries to patients. Yep, that guy. Oh, we're on to Killer Croc. Born with a rare mutation that made his skin green and scaly and grew his body to grotesque proportions, Waylon Jones was raised by an alcoholic aunt and bullied relentlessly for his appearance. He briefly worked as a carnival freak under the name Killer Croc, but his misanthropy grew as did his bestial nature, pushing him to a life of crime. As his physical condition and mental state deteriorate, Killer Croc becomes more a bestial foe, increasingly detached from humanity. Yeah. Killer Croc has incredibly thick, tough skin and razor-sharp teeth and claws. An expert wrestler, his strength and stamina are near superhuman level. Heightened senses and extremely fast reflexes, able to survive in water for extended periods of time, and an intense hatred for humanity. Yeah, that's not good.
Is he here yet? You're kidding me, right? That thing's not a man.
Dr. Gretchen Whistler. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I hear you, bitch. So when's dinner? I'm getting
Is that a
hungry.
crocodile I hear? Is that not also like a reference to Peter Pan? I haven't seen Peter Pan in a long time.
Taped patient session 2. Patient name Waylon Jones, aka Killer Croc.
So, is this the part where you try and reason with me? Find out why I did it, Doc.
We're here to help you, Mr. Jones.
You got a cure for me then, Doc? Can you make me normal?
Normal is a poor choice of words. No one's really normal, are they?
Figured as much. So, how about this, Doc? You let me go now, and I won't eat you.
You don't really eat people. It's just an urban myth.
Oh, you think? Keep believing that, Doc.
Go tell that to the amount of human skeletons and human remains in Killer Croc's lair.
Sit down and shut up.
You think I'm scared of you, Cash? I've got your scent. You're
And I've got yours too. Know what? It stinks. Carry on, Doc.
Please don't do that again, Mr. Cash. It's not helping. I'm sorry about the comment, but what can we do if you insist on hospitalizing 3 dogs?
Strap on whatever you like, Doc. This thing just tickles. I'm happy to wait here. Wait for the bat. He'll be back, and I'll kill him. And then Cash. Then you.
In your dream. Now get up. Now.
Patient interview, Waylon Jones. Progress has been slow. What happened back in that house?
Just business.
Business? What kind of business practices result in a house full of mutilated corpses?
I don't like having my time wasted. Someone doesn't pay. They need a lesson. They owed me.
So you killed them, tore up their bodies. The police never found all the pieces.
They should have looked in the sewers.
Are you saying you hid them there?
After a while. Usually takes about 8 hours.
Time to go, Croc. Get up.
Patient interview. Waylon Jones, aka Killer Croc. Last night, the patient was pacified after a breakout attempt. Gardarin Cash is in hospital. Reports state that the patient attacked Cash and in the struggle consumed his left hand. Cash is lucky to be alive. He lost a lot of blood.
Me too. I nearly choked on that bony hand of his.
That's disgusting. He could have died.
He's just food to me. And once I get a taste, I want the rest of the meal. You know what I mean.
Get him out of here. Now.
Got your scent too, lady. I'll see you around. Tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah. He's not friendly either. Like, there's not that many people on this, like, Rogues Gallery list that are, like, somewhat redeemable. I know it's, like, often said that Harley can be rehabilitated if she gets separated enough, like, long enough from the Joker. And beyond that point, like, perhaps Victor Fries and, I know that the Penguins, like, he straightened out his act at some point. Okay, the Riddler. With an obsessive-compulsive need for attention, Edward Nygma is determined to be the most outlandish of Gotham City's criminals, concocting elaborate series of clues and riddles around his crimes. Batman has proven a worthy opponent, capable of deducing the Riddler's plans, but Nigma is dedicated to creating a mystery the Dark Knight will not be able to solve in time. Yeah. Genius intellect, driven by a need to test his wits against law enforcement and leaving clues for his planned crimes. Compulsive need for attention. Interview tapes.
Patient interview 21. Patient's name is Edward Nigma, also known as the Riddler. So, Edward, Warden Sharp tells me you've been leaving threatening riddles scrawled on the asylum walls. Again.
One would have to be severely paranoid to read threats into harmless riddles, Dr. Young. May I test you with one?
Very well.
What is it that walks on 4 legs, then 2 legs, and finally 3 legs?
A human being. As a baby, it crawls on 4 legs. As an adult, it walks on 2. And in later years, it uses a cane.
Good try. But the answer to all 3 is a baby. True, it crawls on all 4s, but cut off its legs and it can only wiggle on 2 limbs. Give it a crutch, it can hobble around on 3. You see?
It's horrible. How can you even joke about that?
Easily, Doctor. It's not my baby.
Taped interview 39. Patient's name is Edward Nigma. At this point in time, I've yet to decide if Mr. Nigma is a suitable candidate for the Titan process. I'd like to talk about your childhood.
Miserable. Next.
By all accounts, that is where your fascination with riddles began. I believe discussing those years could explain your compulsive behavior.
Very well. My father hated me. Always called me a moron.
I see.
I was determined to prove him wrong, so I entered a contest at school. A $20 prize to the kid who could figure out an almost impossible logic problem. I won, of course.
And that pleased your father?
Hardly. He was convinced I had cheated. He kept yelling, "You must have cheated! Admit it, you moron! You cheated!" I swore I didn't, and he hit me for lying.
I'm sorry to hear that, Edward.
Don't be. He was right.
Yep. They do have funny names. Yeah, also that's also the case, like, I don't think there's like a singular character in like the Batman series that it's got like a happy story to it. Like, the closest person to having lived like a happy normal life is well, actually, if you know more about Zaz, he is from an abusive upbringing. Like, that's something you should like take into consideration about Zaz is that's something that's not mentioned in this game, but you discover in later games, and if you've seen more of Batman, is he came from a very abusive upbringing. He was basically taught at a young age that if you can't get something normally, you can use violence to obtain it. So, no wonder he went actually that bad. Like, I'm not even surprised.
Let's discuss your obsession with Batman.
Hardly an obsession, Miss Young. I simply feel an obligation to expose him.
You know who he is?
More important, I know what he is.
What do you mean?
It's obvious. The mask, the weapons, the scare tactics. He's a criminal. No different than Joker, Two-Face, or myself.
Most people consider him a hero.
Most people are idiots. They can't see Batman for the villain he is. Riddle me this. How did he get his car and his gadgets?
I don't...
With money stolen from the criminals he defeats. Why does Gordon turn a blind eye to his antics? Batman bribes him. The answers are right in front of your stupid, gawking face.
Edward, please, calm down.
Wake up, Gotham! No sane, law-abiding man does those things. No one's that selfless. Batman is as vile as they come.
Security! Security!
He's got a point. Batman needs therapy as well, at least.
This is my final interview with Edward. I have gone as far as I can. I can no longer tolerate his mood swings and tantrums. I have more important work to be getting on with. He will be transferred to Dr. Whistler's care as of next week.
Good morning, Doctor. How are you today?
Fine.
Sometimes.
You're in a good mood.
I'm always always in rare spirits when I'm about to be released.
Edward, you know you don't come up for parole for another 3 years.
First thing I'll do is have dinner at that Italian place on 19th Street.
Seriously, Edward.
I only hope Joker hasn't completely trashed the city. Oh well, I'm sure I'll find out soon enough.
Wait, have you been in contact with the Joker? He escaped Arkham weeks ago.
And yet, one hears things.
What things? What have you heard?
Oh, something about a surprise party for Batman. I forget the rest. You know Joker. Yak, yak, yak.
Edward, if you know anything, you have got to tell me. Lives could be at stake. What did Joker say?
You forget, Doctor. I'm the one who asks the riddles.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Nickman knew about this entire thing and just never bothered to mention it. And yeah, Batman can be a hypocrite sometimes. More often than sometimes, let's face it. There's more than one person already in this game he's definitely killed. Poison Ivy. Botanist Pamela Isley was transformed by a science experiment gone wrong into a plant-human hybrid. With chlorophyll flowing through her veins instead of blood, she developed a toxic touch and pheromone-fueled talent for seduction. Her crimes have become more ecologically focused as she has increasingly abandoned her human side, identifying more with the natural world. Her unique brand of eco-terrorism often puts her into conflict with Batman, whose iron will usually protects him from her seductive powers. Poison Ivy is one of the few that can also be rehabilitated. An ability to encourage and direct the growth of all plant life, plant genes mixed in with her DNA make her unpredictable and formidable physical opponent. Poison Ivy is insanely powerful. Like, if you have ever played Batman, Arkham Knight, you should, Poison Ivy can deal so much damage. On the other hand, she can also do so much good, basically. And, that's, shown in Batman Arkham Knight. It's, insane how powerful she actually is, and people just flat out don't know it. I do like her. She on occasion, she quite often has, a point. Let's face it, we're not being careful with the Earth. I just don't entirely agree with her methods. I don't necessarily think humanity should go extinct over it, but... And she does, I know this, even though I haven't played Arkham Knight, I do know she has, a nice redemption arc. So... I do like Poison Ivy. She's one of the few that's not necessarily entirely evil. But there's interview tapes for her.
Patient interview. Pamela Lillian Isley, November 12th, 11:33 a.m. Good morning, Pamela. How are you today?
Fine. Today is a special day.
What do you mean?
This is the anniversary of my new life. When I found my true self, my destiny.
Are you referring to the event with Dr. Woodrue?
Yes. What else? Of course, at the time, I thought Jason had poisoned me. But in retrospect, he did me a huge favor.
And why do you believe what he did has helped you?
He showed me the bigger world. A world I should protect. Of course, my first offer was rejected.
Offer? You tried to kill everyone in Gotham.
Well, sometimes you need to prune back hard in order to make something flourish.
Yeah, that's one issue.
Patient interview, Pamela Lillian Isley, November 14th, 10:21 a.m. Hello, Pamela. Today I'd like to go back to something you said in our last conversation.
Ask me anything you like.
You said your first offer to help Gotham was rejected. How can you possibly believe that?
What do you mean?
You released thousands of poisonous spores into Gotham, killed hundreds of people. How does that help anybody?
I'm not interested in bodies, Doctor. Horrible fleshy sacks walking around destroying my poor babies with their greed and arrogance.
But aren't you one of those fleshy sacks? Were a doctor too. How can you turn your back on us?
Quite easily as it happens. But not you, Stephen. You're different. I feel we have a connection.
Really? You do?
Of course.
Yep, she's also quite manipulative.
Pamela, I got you what you asked for. Do you like it?
Oh yes, Stephen, I love it. Such a beautiful flower. Do you mind if I keep it?
Oh, no, Pamela. I can't leave it. It's against all the rules. I'll just bring it and show it to you when I visit.
But it's me, Stephen. I get so lonely on my own. You wouldn't want me to be lonely, would you?
No, of course not. Keep it. Just don't let anyone see. Really, no one.
You can trust me, Stephen. Thank you. Now give me a kiss.
I can't. People will see.
No one's watching. What's wrong with you? Don't you love me? Call me Ivy.
Of course I love you.
Where is Dr. Kellerman?
How should I know, Warden? It does seem careless of you to have lost him.
I have no time for your games, Miss Isley. Tell me where you have him. We have security footage of you and him leaving your cell last night.
So?
Do I need to spell it out? We know you hypnotized him, or whatever it is you do. We know he took you somewhere, but conveniently, security cameras across the island were mysteriously covered by leaves and flowers at 3 a.m. Now tell me what it is.
I'm not saying a word unless you do exactly what I tell you to do.
We found him, no thanks to you. The poor man could have died.
So?
He has a wife, a child.
As do the plants he travels underfoot. The spores he breathes in and destroys have children. Why does he deserve anything more than them? You people ignore what is happening in front of your eyes.
I refuse to put the welfare of plants before the welfare of people.
And that is why you will lose. There's more happening than you know, Warden. It's all connected.
Okay, there are some issues with her. I think I'm just gonna go over the interview tapes because I've overshot my stream time, and I actually have something to do. Like, my therapist actually wants me in a voice call in like an hour and 45 minutes, and I still need to have lunch. So, interview tapes, Arkham Chronicles, and then I'm gonna end it after that.
Harleen Quinzel?
Call me Harley. Everyone does.
I'm surprised you want to intern here at Arkham.
I've always had a thing for extreme personalities. You can't deny there's an element of glamour to these super criminals.
I'll warn you right now. These are hardcore psychotics. Most would rather kill you than speak to you.
I'm sure I'll be fine, Doctor.
They'll eat you for breakfast. I mean it. 1 or 2 of them will enjoy it too. Be careful.
I always forget, Harley used to be a psychiatrist.
Patient interview number 1.
So, I'm your first, am I, Tubbs? You know what they say, you never forget your first time. I'll try to make it memorable for you.
Oh, you already have. Tell me, why do you do the things you do?
Why do you think I do it?
Fame, notoriety, a desire to stand out from the crowd, a wicked sense of humor.
You're good. How did you figure me out, Doc? I've had doctors poking around in here for years, and no one was as astute, and if you don't mind my saying, beautiful as you.
Really? You're just playing with me.
Well, you'll never know, will you? Unless...
Unless what? Tell me. Care to tell me how these got in my office?
Simple, really. I put them there. Why? You don't like flowers?
I think the guards would be interested to know you've been out of your cell.
Oh, if you really were going to tell, you already would have.
How do you know I haven't already?
Hello, sweet. I like you. I really do. Even your name. Rework it a bit and we get...
Harley Quinn, like the clown. I know, I've heard it before.
It's a name that puts a smile on my face. It makes me think there's someone here I can relate to. Someone who might like to hear my secrets.
Really? Go on.
Not here, my dear. Too many ears and eyes. Come back tonight. I'll be ready for you. He's crazy, you know.
Who? Batman?
No, Santa Claus. Of course, Batman. Always Batman. I've seen it in his eyes. Screaming mad stalkers. And dishonest. Hiding his face behind a fright mask. Well, no masks for me. I have nothing to hide. I laugh at the cruel absurdity of the world. But Batman, he's got them all fooled. He's made them think he can make a difference, that he can actually make things better. And the joke of it is, they all believe it.
The police?
The police, the media, the frickin' junior rangers. Every last sack of walking meat in this urban cesspool. Listen, sweets. Batman knows we're all on the same funhouse slide into madness. Why won't he admit it? He's up there in his belfry laughing at us. And the real gag is the miserable liar is allowed to run free while I'm in here.
That's really incisive.
Then you understand, don't you? You know why I do what I have to do. You know Gotham's only real savior is me.
Joker's got one point there. What Batman is doing is basically pointless. Crime levels haven't dropped in Gotham. Those super criminals have not been cured. Nothing's been fixed. So basically, he's got a point. What Batman is doing is kind of pointless.
I got what you wanted.
You did? I mean, good. How did you smuggle it in? Actually, I don't want to know. So are you ready to stop that evil, murdering bat once and for all?
Of course I am. He needs to pay for what he's done to you.
Give it here then, quickly. Come on, Doc. We've got ourselves a bat to kill.
Doc's outputting. Say hello to your new and improved Harley Quinn.
I'm still not understanding why they would assign an intern to the Joker. But that's probably my logic.
Patient interview 1. Patient was referred to me after the incident with Dr. Murphy. He appears to have suffered a breakdown of sorts. I believe it was brought about after the loss of his wife and child. As yet, the patient has been unable to speak. Continued observation shows little mental activity. It's as if the shock of what he saw triggered his mental collapse.
There's someone in here!
It's him. We found him.
Break down the door!
Note to self. As ever, it is difficult to continue my research under such conditions.
Step away from Dr. Combs!
Now!
Get down on the ground!
We found them. Someone get a medic. Oh, God, what's he done to him?
Patient interview 6. Dr. Crane has been back in custody for 3 weeks. Regular sessions have been inconclusive. I am not sure he is actually insane.
Good evening, Stephen. How are you tonight?
I'm conducting the session, Jonathan.
Of course. If that helps you cope, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Let's talk about the events 3 weeks ago. What did you think you'd achieve? Dr. Murphy is still in therapy.
I wanted to understand him. His personal demons, his fears. It's all quite fascinating, really.
But you were a respected doctor. A brilliant mind. Now just another resident in Arkham.
Can I have a drink? A strong one? This kind of question bores me.
I'm afraid not.
Interesting choice of words, Doctor. Tell me, what are you afraid of?
I am another doctor that went absolutely crazy.
Patient interview 9. Dr. Crane continues to evade questions. I believe he is quite sane, just evil. He takes no interest in the people he has hurt. His research appears to be the only motivating factor in his life. What is it about fear that drives your obsession?
Fear drives everything, Stephen. Everything. Your life is governed by fear. Every decision you make is a product of that fear.
Don't be ridiculous.
You married your wife, Margaret, isn't it? Because you were scared of dying alone. You have children because you're scared of leaving nothing behind that really matters. You go to the doctors because you're scared of dying. Do I need to go on?
No. I think that will be all for today. Guards? Today I have another interview with Crane. I cannot say I am looking forward to it. I've been feeling anxious. I don't like to admit it, but I think he's getting to me.
How are you today?
I keep telling you, this is my session.
It was your session, Doctor, but not anymore.
Are you okay, Doc?
I think... yes,
Oh, he's fine. Just questioning his grip on reality. You should be doing the same any second.
Mom? Is that you? Wait, what are you doing?
Get off of me. Help! I need help here! I can't breathe!
Like I said, you're all part of my experiment now. Asylum Interview 1. My experiment is underway. Working alone, I have created my ultimate fear gas. Its potency, a revelation.
They're all over me!
Please, Daddy. Don't do it!
Keep away. I have pumped enough gas into the medical center to break 100 minds. It should only be a matter of time before... What?
Give it up. Now!
How are you still standing? How come it's not affecting you?
Who says it's not?
I knew it. What was it like? What have you seen?
Officer Cash, get this formula to the air conditioning system now. You failed, Crane. Again. I've been working with Dr. Kellogg in creating an antidote to the toxins in your cologne. He fooled you, Crane. How does that make you feel? Threatened? Humiliated? Scared?
And let's go over the spirit of Arkham really quickly. I just remembered something. The last one? Crap. I completely forgot to fetch the lost Arkham cipher. I remember where it is again. I completely forgot about this one. Just completely. It's not when you get automatically. You have to go to where Quincy Sharp was kept in prison. And like that prison cell of his, and then like... The Lost Chronicle is there. I completely forgot. Not too difficult a task though. He's being kept next to Clayface. And it's a good thing I remember now. I mean, I still have like... It's gonna be a tight squeeze to like have lunch before like... therapy, but... I just remembered that that's where you have to go back to. It's the only of the Arkham Chronicles that's not listed on a map. Because it literally doesn't exist until the post-game. It like literally doesn't exist until the post game and until you've done everything else. Until that point it just doesn't exist. But I kind of completely forgot. I believe it was in the guard room. Yeah. I need to have like Arkham Island West. I'll just take the used accent, less trouble actually using. It's a good thing I remembered. Oh yeah, also first time you like play the game, this is like such an epic moment. Let me think. It wasn't an intensive treatment. No, it's really in the penitentiary building. Yep. That's something I still think annoying about this game is in the newer games you can like grapple whilst flying. It's just something you can't do in this game. Arkham West, I need to go to the penitentiary. Yep. That's the Joker's Funhouse. I completely forgot you have to check in upon Quincy Sharp at the end. Straight ahead and then to the right. Something I realized it would have been nice is like after you've done like things that like you have like crews like bagging up the bodies and stuff like that walking around. That would have been like a fun addition, like medics or like a couple of stretchers, a couple of body bags. No, it's not this one. Security control room. There's... I know it's in the penitentiary. Let's leave it at that one, shall we? I'm not the best at navigating things. That was the Calendar Man one. Got that one. To the left. I hate navigating that room. I don't know, for some reason it's just so confusing for me to navigate that stretch. Hey, that's where they keep Poison Ivy. Yeah, it was this way. Here we have Clayface. And this was the last place we left Quincy Sharp at. Let's give all of these a quick listen. And then I really need to end the stream.
I am the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. Through my actions, I have saved this cursed city, though my own curse is to forever remain in the shadows. My story is carved into the very soul of Arkham, and will only be revealed to those dedicated enough to discover it. My family's blood ran through the heart of Gotham. We were doctors, politicians, and teachers. We have been the organ cleaning the arterial filth from the city. We have been its servants, giving all to protect it. And still it has chosen to hurt us. as Gotham's veins slowly filled with pain and suffering. The effects were felt everywhere. My father fell first, infected by some foul disease. My mother lived on, but only in a dream. I returned to the family home to care for her, where she remained in her bed for as long as her body continued to breathe. Her tears kept me awake at night. My journey lasted little over a month, visiting academics in both Metropolis and Keystone. I was exposed to a wealth of new ideas. I began my day returning home in good spirits, eager to see my wife and family. I ended it kneeling in their blood, broken fragments of my life, pouring through dripping red fingers. I returned to my work, but I could not shake the pictures from my mind. I should have been repulsed, but I was more eager than ever to find an explanation for why someone would do this. They brought the animal before me, shameless and barking like a mad dog. For what felt like days, I endured his boasts. He took pleasure recounting his actions, cataloguing his depraved crimes. What should have been revenge turned to pity. This poor dog needed my help. The island changed little over the years. Its reputation was in tatters, but I vowed to fix it. As the buildings were rebuilt, I saw the future. A bright, wonderful future. New brick, metal and paint covered old wounds. Fresh blood was injected into the body. Bright new minds came, and all swore to uphold our promises. We all knew we were the ones to fix this city, and the city would thank us. My family's killer stood in front of me. Years of therapy have deemed him sane. I was proud to see him walk free. In exchange for his liberty, the state required only a signature. He talked about wanting to walk in a park, how he longed to feel fresh air on his face. And then he took my father's fountain pen and killed my secretary. As he was subdued, he screamed out, pleading for forgiveness, for pity. But I had none. I watched as guards beat him to a stain on the floor. Spring was a turning point, a new beginning, a glorious realization of my true destiny. My family's killer perished in an unfortunate accident. These animals cannot be cured. Like dogs, they only respond to discipline. And if that fails, then I was afraid that these accidents would have to continue. I took a walk around my island. I passed by the penitentiary and felt nauseous at the thought of the filth it contained. I looked out over the Gotham Bay, and in the distance I saw lights. No doubt boats bringing more filthy degenerates to my city. I swore again to protect her from this darkness. I argued with the latest group of young, eager doctors. They bored me with theories and ideas, proving that they had no theories on how to cure these animals. Only one shared my vision. I offered her the chance to explore her dreams. She accepted. We'll make a good team. The Gotham police dragged a new patient to the island. They said he was responsible for the disappearance of hundreds of the city's vagrants. As I looked at his disgusting body, all scales and teeth, my mind ran free, dreaming of delicious punishments to break this monster. Doctors gathered around, poking it, examining, but only I knew what would cure him, once and for all. The beast was too strong. His animal savagery nearly cost me my life. I took my frustrations out on a lone patient. His case notes suggested he was a paranoid schizophrenic. His pleas, as I beat him to death, suggested much more. His confessions were illuminating. My path was clear. Every day I found the patients more distracting. Their insane mutterings and constant twitching disgusted me. There was only one way to cure this evil. Only one way to purify the city and ensure its future. I needed to prepare myself. I needed to be ready. I had a sudden pang of conscience. I sought counsel from my priest on the choices I had made. I asked him if it was a sin to kill in order to save a life. The holy man said all life was sacred, but a judgment would not be upon my soul if I acted to save another. I left the confessional with my soul uplifted, convinced more than ever I am doing a service not only to mankind, but to God as well. I watched in silence as he brought in the woman. Her skin now a venomous green. The wanton creature no longer looked like a human being, much less a woman. The Bible says, "Suffer not a witch to live." Yet he has once again delivered this female atrocity to our care. Once I have dealt with the monster, I think it will be time to see if green wood does, in fact, burn. Sitting in the darkness outside of his cell, I watched the crazed twitching, listened to the disgusting words that came from his mouth. How can I let a dirty animal like this live? He is the cancer I have sworn to protect the city from. Curse me for a fool! How could I not see it until now? The monster had a confederate. I hid in the darkness near his cell, and saw with my own eyes one of the doctors whispering to him. She looked at him through the transparent barrier with tenderness, with, dare I say, desire. My skin crawled with revulsion as she kissed the glass. Fighting the urge to dash the woman's head through the glass, I let her continue. The damnable clown might have shared secrets with her that would be useful once the mad dog has been executed. I'm sure the woman will reveal what she knows to me. If not willingly, then certainly under electronic persuasion. After that, A lobotomy, I think. Unfortunate for one so young. But her lust has put the reputation of Arkham at stake. Yes, a lobotomy. The very thing. There is no other way to ensure her silence in this regrettable matter. Yet again, I found myself watching him. No one can provide a cure. He laughs in the face of those who try. Amadeus would not have let him live. And neither should I. One last sip of cognac, and I was ready. He watched as I entered the cell. He smiled as I showed him the knife. I told him how I will use it, how I will cleanse this city. And then, terror. I was paralyzed. I struggled. I screamed, but I was silent. The monster looked at me, expressionless. He ran my blade slowly across my forehead. A smile cracked across his horrible porcelain face, and I heard the filth fall from his mouth. He laughed and called me that horrible name. It must have been Crane. Another one who doesn't deserve to live. Why do these people thrive on chaos? Joker, in particular, desired anarchy. And since his escape will no doubt wreak it upon my city, I feel this is the end for my diary. Joker will be recaptured. My story will be told. I am not afraid. If Arkham becomes my cell, then I will know I did my best. I will be remembered. I am the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. Even though Amadeus had long since passed, his spirit lived on, surviving, moving through the walls of his asylum. When it chose me, I felt proud. I was honored to continue his work, to cleanse this city. If you are strong-willed enough to follow my tales, you are strong-minded enough to deduce my identity. Come and find me, friend. Together, we will save Gotham. My name is Quincy Sharp, the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. You have done well to decipher my story, and I pray it has helped you on your path. I trust that through my writings, you will do what is right. Please, I implore you, continue my work. This city deserves a savior. Continue my work.
And that's the story of Arkham. Which is kind of haunting. I should now have a close to 100% save file on this game. I'm not gonna do the challenge mode. I genuinely don't like those. Yeah, this is as far as you can get without the challenges. I mean, I've done all the riddles, I've got all the upgrades, I've got all the character bios. And yeah, I did get every single bloody riddle. Like, this was a 100% completion of the entire main line. Yeah, I'm dreading it, because for instance for Arkham Knight, it's mandatory for the proper ending. It's like mandatory in that game, but... ugh. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream. That one lasted a bit longer than I planned. But I now do have the entire game completed, meaning I can actually move on to a different game. Not certain if it's gonna be one of the other Batman games. I might just do something else just to make sure I don't get a Batman overload. So I might just play something else that's a bit shorter to like fill in the gap and then play after that more Batman. But yeah, for now, thank you all very much for coming and I hope to see you next time. Bye!